there and welcome to Thursdays with Annette. I'm so glad you joined me today because I'm in my happy place. I've got one of my favourite cookbooks with me. It's book 6, which is the big one, and we're going to be making a fantastic recipe. I've got my oven preheated to 180 degrees. What am I making? Well, get excited because it's this one here, the gluten-free Chewy Muesli bar. Now, there has been a change with it because, you know, companies tend to do things that upset my recipes, and I want to talk about it in a minute with you so you know when you want to make it, how to adapt it with the change. So that's important. But before we get into this, I mean, remember there's only 4 ingredients, so it's going to be super easy, super quick to make. But I want to remind you about the mentoring program. It's the 6-week challenge. It starts on the 28th of February. So if you're looking for support, this is the perfect way to kick up your weight loss journey. You're going to get weekly menu plans that I create myself, and I just got to tell you, they're a bit delicious and fabulous. You've got videos, articles, you get emails, you can go direct to me if you have any questions, so I support you as well, one-on-one, pretty fabulous, and the Facebook group. Oh my gosh, the people in there are wonderful, and they'll help and support each other, and they'll make you very welcome. So if you would like to sign up, don't wait because it's happening on the 28th. Go to simplytoogood.com.au/membership, and I look forward to being your mentor. It's going to be fabulous. All right, so let's look at the ingredients we need for this fabulous recipe. So we need 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of Flora Light margarine. We want 2 egg whites, a 1/4 cup of honey, and I always like using the yellow box honey because it's got a lower GI, and I really like things like that, especially for people with diabetes, and that they're important to know that they can have this as well. I'm using a cereal that's a company called Food for Health, and it's a particular one. This is the one I really like for this muesli slice, and it's apple and cranberry muesli. It's a beautiful, beautiful muesli. It's really just packed with flavour, so it makes a great slice. But what's the problem? Well, I'll tell you in a sec. Let's put the Flora into the microwave. I'm going to put some cling wrap on, so that way it stops it splattering all over the place. I'm going to put it down to the micro power at 7 and let that melt. All right, so what happened was this. Now, you get this in Coles, okay? It's it's in the Coles supermarket. And when I was making it with Portia, I came across a situation. I know. So what it is that this is supposed to have 4 cups. Yes? This is just maybe 3 1/4 cups. So what have they done? They've actually kept the price the same, I think, but they've made less of it in the box. So that doesn't work. What do? I'm missing nearly 3/4 cup. It'll make the slice too wet. So, always to the rescue. What do? Well, what I found, and it worked really well, was I have quite a few gluten-free cereals in my pantry because I'm not great with wheat. And so you could then add cereal. Now, if you're not gluten intolerant, or you might just put any cereal to fill it up. Rice bubbles, cornflakes, whatever. But because I want this to be gluten-free, I'm going to use this one here. It's the gluten-free Special K because that's got a bit of a crunch to it and it's fantastic. The other thing you could do is you could crush in there some gluten-free Wheat Bix, gluten-free rice bubbles, anything you like as well. But what I'm going to do, you have to add to it because it's not enough. All right, so thank you for doing that, company, whoever you are. What is it? Food for Health. So I want 4 cups. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now, as I said, just add some more cereal to it so you get the 4 amount, the 4 cup. Okay, pour it in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and just crush up the flakes, the Special K flakes, just so they're not a big chunk of them in the slice. And they'll work really well. Anything will work. Just think about what you have in your pantry, but keep it to the 4 cups. It's so easy to make this, and it's just, I think, so much better than the ones you buy. All right, so now let's get that margarine out. Okay, so there's our cereal. And all we have to do is add the honey to the warmed margarine, because that'll help it combine more easily. So add the honey to the margarine. Let me get, have I got a little scraper here? No, I'll use this one. So 1/4 cup. As I said, I like the yellow box. Up to you, whatever you got. And I find honey is better for people with diabetes than golden syrup. Just putting it out there. There we go. Now I'm just going to get my little whisk and just combine the honey with the melted margarine. This is what I'm saying. Inexperienced cooks will love this recipe because it's so easy. We're going to crack 2 egg whites into the mix. Yep. I don't think it can get much easier than this for baking. Here we go. There we are. And then, once again, whisk it together. There we go. Now my oven is preheated to 180 degrees fan forced. So it's ready. There we go. And now all you have to do is pour the wet mix into the dry mix. How easy is this? It makes enough for 18 slices. So it's fantastic. And we're going to bake it about 25 to 30 minutes, depends how hot your oven is. Give it a really good mix in. Get that honey and the margarine and the egg whites all really mixed in. And if you look closely at this mix, if you could see there, like you can see lots of fruit in it. You've got the little pepitas, is it, Bill? The little green things, pumpkin seeds or pepitas. Lots of goodness in here. Yeah. There we go. That's looking a bit fabulous. So now we get our slab tin. So the slab tin is 18 by 28 centimetres. I'm going to spray it with some cooking spray. And as I say, this would be great if you've got anyone that you know, like kids, little kids you're babysitting, you know, you wonder what to do with them. Get them in the kitchen and say, let's make some muesli slices. All right, now, all you have to do is just pour it into the slab tin, flatten it out, and bake. This has to be the easiest slice I've got in my cookbooks. And now just pat it down, spread it out, get it nice and flat. And you want to pack it down so it's firm. There we go. Now I'm going to get my little spoon, just because I want to really get it packed down. Yep. Now remember, it's going to bake in the oven. And the great thing is about this slice is that it keeps really well in the fridge once it's cooked. All right, let's go in the oven. All right, I'll put my timer on for 25 minutes. And so what we have to do is we need to cook it and let it cool before you actually cut it. So otherwise it will crumble. And this is one of those recipes that is just so easy to make, so easy to have in the house. And the key is, though, keeping it in the fridge. Don't put it in the kids' lunch boxes because it will crumble, okay? So just keep it cold, it'll be fine. But let me tell you what the dietitian tip is. This is Lisa Cochran wrote this about this particular muesli slice. She says here, this gluten-free muesli bar is ideal for people with celiac disease and diabetes. It is a very special recipe, being both high in fibre and having a low GI, meaning the carbs will be slowly absorbed into the bloodstream, providing slow release energy. I love that. Yeah. All right, so we're going to be back. Once it's cooled, we'll cut it up and finish the show. See you shortly. So welcome back. Here it is, all fabulous, and it's cooled. I put it in the freezer actually to make it quicker. So with this slice, we need 18 slices, and I found that you can actually do that. So it works really well. So I'm going to cut it into 18 serves. And you think, well, how do you do that? Well, what you do is, first of all, you're going to cut down halfway. Here we go. Then I want you to cut one on each. Then, so there's two there. Let's put them up here. Now cut this in half. Look at it how you think, that's half. That looks half. And now you want to do 4 of each one. So there, there. See, there's 4. Beautiful. Half again. That way you're getting the bar shape. It's sort of not a slice. And as I say, it holds really well, but it is better kept in the fridge. And this way you get 18 serves to share with the family. I'll leave that for Billy to have later. So there it is. There is the gluten-free Chewy Muesli slice. I mean, fabulous. Put the kettle on, I say, how wonderful. And it's only 2.5 grams of fat for a slice. Now, if you would like to win the cookbook that this recipe's in, book 6, all you have to do is like, share, and then in the comments, simply too good. Hashtag simply too good. And I'll pick 3 fabulous winners. I'll personally sign the book for you, and you'll be notified if you're a winner. Now, don't forget, before I finish up, mentoring program starts 28th of February. Don't forget. And next week's show, I'm going to be doing a great chicken recipe, something a little bit different, because I think we love chicken, but we don't want to be just having grilled chicken all the time. It's my Acapulco chicken. It's fantastic out of book 4, and I'll be making that on the show next week. So don't forget to go to simplytoogood.com.au for any more tips or recipes. I mean, who knew weight loss could be so deliciously healthy? Thanks for being with me for another fabulous show, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye now.